Hello, everyone. So, today we are going to read the book At the Feet of the Masters, and we will complete it into some parts. So, let's start with it. It's a very small book, and in original, if you see, it is just a quarter the size of the normal book, and it has around 57 pages to read. But it is one of the book which will help you to how to live your life, and also when you read it for the first time, and if you do not have much of a spiritual background, you will take a lot of time to study because each and every line you have to reflect. So this is the book by Jiddu Krishnamurti, and when he was teenager, and if you know a little about him, it was like right from the beginning he was a child with the special qualities, and always considered as a very special human being born to do the great work by the prominent theosophical society members. So this is the book when he was in teenager, and it is said that the master here means the people who initiate, the people who are into the higher realms. They are the higher form of developed human beings who are not in the physical body. So they help the human being to evolve, and one of the master has given him these qualities or this guidance to help him to proceed in the spiritual path. And so let's start and see. The name of the book is At the Feet of the Master. Now, if you know Indian culture, it is like we always have a Guru Shishya Parampara where we get the knowledge from the master, and we sit near the master, near the feet of the master, and take the teachings. It's like a complete surrender to the master and listening to the master. So the name of the book is At the Feet of the Master. So let's start. See how young he was, and he was also called Alcyone. It's a name of a star. So it was like a very special human being. That is why this name was given. J. Krishnamurti, At the Feet of the Master. At the Feet of the Master. And now the preface. The preface is written by Annie Besant, Miss Annie Besant, and she was very happy to write it. So let's start with the preface. The privilege is given to me as an elder to pen a word of introduction to this little book, the first written by a younger brother, young in body, really, but not in soul. Means he was Jiddu Krishnamurti was considered a very mature soul, with lot of quality and lot of spiritual development. So that is why Miss Annie Besant is saying that though he is a young in body but not as a soul, and she's very happy to write the introduction. The teachings contained in it were given to him by his master in preparing him for initiation. Preparing him for initiation means the further development as a soul, right? And were written down by him from memory. So it was given in a spiritual sense, not face to face, physical face to face, but in a spiritual realm it is given. And whatever he experienced, he has written based on his memory, slowly and laboriously. So he has written very slowly and laboriously because his English last year was far less fluent than it is now. So he was in the process of learning the language English. So that English was not that fine at that time. The greater part is a reproduction of master's own word. Now these kind of knowledge are very very precious, and reproducing the same knowledge as a book or to communicate others, sometimes it become a task, right? So that is the task. That which is not such a verbal production is the master's thought clothed in his pupils' words. So because it was transferred in the spiritual realm, so it was not the words kind of conversation, but it is like a knowledge transfer. So translating the whole thing into the word is a great task. two Two omitted sentences were supplied by the master. In two other cases, an omitted word was been added. Beyond this, it is entirely Alcyone's own, his first gift to the world. So he had written in whatever kind of language he knew, and then it was, edited by the higher member or Miss Annie Besant, and she's saying that just we have to adjust the two little sentences and words, and that entirely it is the production of Alcyone's word. May it help others as the spoken teaching helps him. Such is the hope with which he gives it. But the teaching can only be fruitful if it is lived. So she's saying that it is not only useful for Alcyone, but it is given to the world so that the people who are intending to walk on a spiritual path, they'll get some guidance. Now, in my opinion, when I read this book first time, first reading took time because each sentence you have to ponder upon. So it took time to read and to assimilate that knowledge. The second thing is that what I will say that it is not the spiritual path, or you want to, really live a very spiritual life as the common people think that there is a kind of life what spiritual people live. But human being itself is a spiritual being. So whatever life we are living, whatever we are doing, it should be properly aligned with the inner spirituality. It should be soul satisfying. It should be the correct way of living. So anyone who, in my opinion, anyone who is trying to live their life in a more tamed way, or in a very beautiful way, or in a correct way, they should follow these teachings. So, but the teaching can only be fruitful if it is lived as he has lived it, since it fell from his master's lips. So, Miss Besant is saying that, of course, Alcyone started following what master has told. So, it is all going to be just a beautiful word. It's not going to of any use if you are not using it. So you have to use it, then only you will understand the value of it. If the example be followed as well as the percept, then precept, then for the reader as for the writer shall the great portal open, and his feet be set on the path. So it will open a new door to all the spiritual seekers, and you will get the right guidance and the light, and you will be on the right path. So that's about the preface. Now, to those who knock, that means, the those who are ready to knock the door of spirituality and move ahead. So to those who knock, so who need that, right? So it's a really a kind gift to the humanity. It is a guiding light, and one of the first book read by many people who set their feet on the spiritual path. Self-seeking seekers. Now again the picture. Look at the peace, look at the glow on the face, the peace and glow. It's really good. So asatoma sadgamaya, from the untrue lead me to the truth. Tamasoma jyotirgamya, from the darkness to light, and mrityorma amritam gamya, which is death, which is the sorrow of the life, the end of the life. From there to the eternity, lead me there. That's the meaning of this very beautiful prayer in Sanskrit. Now it is the forward. Forward is written by Alcyone J. Krishnamurti himself. So these are not my words. He's saying that these are not my words. They are the words of the master who taught me. So it is the master who transferred this knowledge. Without him, I could have done nothing. Without him, it was difficult for him to walk on this path. That's what he meant to say. But through his help, I have set my feet upon the path. You also desire to enter the same path. So he's saying that I was interested in a spiritual path, and so you are, because the people who are interested only, most probably they will read this kind of books, right? So he's assuming that you also want to enter into this path. So the words which he spoke to me will help you also. So this will be helpful to anyone on this path. And as I said, that not only the people who are walking on the spiritual path, but people who really want to live a very peaceful, happy, and a righteous life, they will also find it very useful. He spoke to me, will help you also. What he spoke to, the word. So the words which he spoke to me will help you also if you will obey them. So these words, if you obey them, will help to you as well. It is not enough to say that they are true and beautiful. So these words, you when you read, you'll find it very true and beautiful. A man who wishes to succeed must do exactly what is said. But it is not just a feel good factor, but you have to do exactly what is said. To look at the food, to look at the food and say that it is good will not satisfy a starving man. He must put forth his hand and eat it. So you will like it, but just liking will not serve the purpose. You have to follow these teachings. So to hear the master's words is not enough. You must do what he says, attending to every word, taking every hint. So please read carefully, study it, go through it again and again, and assimilate these words, try to understand, read between the lines, and then each and every word you assimilate and follow as it is. If a word is missed, it is lost forever. So if you miss a word, then you might miss a great knowledge. So as I said, that the length of the book is very small, just 57 pages, and that too the size of the book is just a quarter the size of the normal big book. So it's a really a small book, but each and every line you will have to stop, pause, and ponder upon. So that's the kind of knowledge it carries. So as a energy worker, as a energy healer, if you gauge the energy of the book, you will really find very very high in the spiritual energy, and it is very much loved by the people on the spiritual path. If a hint is not taken, if a word is missed, it is lost forever. For he does not speak twice. So when he had given the knowledge, it was not that the master has given a lot of time sitting and explaining. So he has assimilated that knowledge, and remember that it's not that easy. As I told that it takes time to read. Now think about a teenager assimilating this knowledge. So definitely it requires a special kind of intelligence what Mr. Krishnamurti had at that tender age, and he has reproduced it. So even the master who had given meant that this should go to the normal people, and that is why it's the blessing of the guru that he was able to reproduce it, right? So he does not speak twice. So how attentive he was. So that is why it is always said that one should be a good listener if you really want to learn something. So he has led upon the four qualification. Four qualification are there are for the pathway. One is discrimination, the other is desirelessness, the third one is good conduct, and fourth one is love. We, a student has to learn all these things, and in the light, what master is going to explain, and you have to follow these teachings, right? What the master has said to me on each of this, I shall try to tell you. So now he is going to describe one by one all these topics, and there would be subtopics inside that, and one has to reflect, ponder upon, meditate upon it, and take out the pearls of wisdom from this ocean, and also start applying it in your life. You will find the answers of many of the questions. Sometimes human being have the situation what to do, what is more important, what am I doing, who am I. All this can be answered through this beautiful book. It is really good book. So let's proceed. So this is the forward, and the first qualification is the discrimination, what we are going to take in the next part. Thank you.